Hi guys, my name is Mitch Flaman from Flaman Grain Systems. At Flaman Grain Systems we offer a full line of grain cleaning and handling products. Today we're going to go through the ISM Fractionating Aspirator and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what it does and how it does it. This specific unit is an ISM 50, it's one of the larger units that we sell, and it's mounted on one of the portable units that we make. So my favorite thing about the ISM line of equipment is that they're so simple to use. There isn't a ton of moving parts. We separate grain based on weight and density, and we use a fan to do it. So the grain's going to go into this hopper here, and it's fed with a feed roller. The grain gets metered into the air chamber, where the fans inside will create an airstream and lift it so that your heavy grain falls first and your lighter grain gets blown to the end, which is typically your screenings and your other chaff. And then there's a cyclone on this unit as well that collects all the other chaff and debris that would otherwise be blown into the yard. So starting here at the hopper where there's this feed roller, what I like about this feed roller is that it's controlled with a VFD. So it really gives you an even, consistent flow into the air chamber so that you get good, consistent cleaning. It also helps to reduce and eliminate any bridging that can happen in the hopper with light product. So the VFD control for this is on this main panel down here, and we can speed that up and slow it down to also adjust for capacity with different products that we're cleaning. So once the grain enters the air chamber here, this is a sealed unit that has fans behind this panel here that are also controlled with VFDs. So again, depending on the product that we're cleaning and how heavy it is and what all we're taking out of it, we have the ability to speed up and slow down to create different elevations and different amounts of lift. So we can decide if we want to blow the heavy grain to here or a little further and blow some of the lighter material further, or have the lighter material separate back. So just again, depending on the grain and what we're taking out of it. On this panel here, you can see how we can also reverse the flow of the fans. So what that helps do is just bring the air loop backwards and pull any dust and stuff that's hung up, as well as clean off the blades. So one of the main features you'll notice on an ISM cleaner that may be different from other cleaners is what we call the CSC, the Cyclone Sedimentary Chamber. And as I mentioned earlier, the main portion of this is so that instead of just blowing the debris and chaff out into the yard, we collect it here and have the dust and light stuff dissipate off. And on this portable unit, it goes over to the screenings auger. So once that dust dissipates, the air goes back to a closed loop and it comes back and feeds the fans. If there's any additional dust that comes back, it'll drop off in here. Typically in this chamber, there isn't much product that comes here, but again, depending on how dirty the grain you're cleaning is, will depend on how much grain collects back here. So once we start feeding grain through and we have the feed roller adjusted to where we want it to go, and we have the fans positioned to where the grain's getting elevated properly, these knobs control different baffles in here that allow us to control the different cut lines. So if you want to choke off and have more screenings coming, you turn this baffle that way so that now we're collecting anything that makes it to here and falls down into this chute. A cool feature on the ISM units is that these chutes are adjustable, so there's just as many chutes on the clean side as there is on the screening side. So to me, it looks like all these chutes are just going to be emptying into this auger, which I like having the clean auger on this side so that as I'm adjusting it, I can see what's coming out. But typically, once you get that figured out where your screenings are, send your screenings over to the screening side where you'll have a separate auger taking them away to the screenings bin. Another really cool feature about the ISM cleaners is these inspection hatches. So there's two of them. You'll notice one on the front and one on the back. These are really good for getting access into the unit to clean it. And when you open it up, you can see there's different baffles in here that adjust for the different cut lines that give us that tight separation where we're going to make the cut lines into the different chutes. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the inside of this is also padded. And the idea behind that is to be more gentle on different pulse crops and things to avoid any cracking that can happen as products getting moved around. Again, being able to open this inspection hatch and get inside to clean the machine out is super ideal if you're any kind of organic farmer that needs to have clean crops when you're switching over from crop to crop, you don't want any residual crop left in there. And if you're going from farmyard to farmyard, you don't want to be moving crop from one side to the other. On this portable unit, you can see it comes on a 16-foot trailer with two 3,500-pound axles. These aren't that heavy of equipment, but just for the size of it, this works really well. When we build these units, we include a generator to power them, and there's additional outlets on there if you have other stuff that you want to run. We also add U-troughs, and what's really cool about this unit, we put VFDs on the U-troughs as well. This gives us the ability to speed up and slow down the augers that are taking the grain away. So as long as these augers are keeping up, you don't need them going super fast, because all that's going to do is damage more product on its way out. So that being said, that's just a quick overview of what the ISM is, how it works, and some of the features that it has. Again, if you have any questions about any of these, feel free to email us and we'd love to get in touch with you. Thanks.